All right. So you ready for my top 5 for the week?
Yes.
Okay, here's my. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, go
ready?
ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Number 5 is the Cody Orton promo. Number 4 was the contract signing.
Right.
Number 3 was the AJ Logan confrontation.
Right.
Number 2 was a brief Swerve Hangman confrontation backstage. And of course, the number one thing of the week by far was Cody and John Cena roasting each other, which is actually.
All right.
Bro, I'm telling you, know what's funny too? Let me say this. Carrie, we talk about this. You know all the cussing they do on Dynamite? Cody now has said 4 cuss words. Okay? I can tell you the exact sentence that he used all 4 of them in. You know, he's got they're getting that's just like the thing. Like, you're gonna that's the thing. Like AEW just overdoes stuff so much. A lot of stuff doesn't really mean anything. You know. So
yeah, you had 2 weeks ago Moxley with the wooden thing with nails in his back, and now this week you had somebody with glass, and you don't see nothing as whatever.
Right. It's like it doesn't mean much. What did you think, Cody? What's your top 5?
Right, and that's what they did to thumbtacks. Nobody about them anymore.
Right.
But my honorable mention is a Don Callis impersonator, okay, and the Harley and the Puppet. Okay. Number 5 was the Stark Spears confrontation on NXT that we saw.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Number
4. that backstage segment, the interview, the sit down. Okay. Right.
Yeah. My number 4 was that I liked a lot the Ospreay Knight Johnson Christian match.
Right.
Number 3 was the Naomi
Ike Johnson.
No, Lee Johnson, isn't it?
You didn't even know the names of your favorite segments of the week. You go ahead.
The number 3 to me was the Naomi promo tied with the Swerve and Cowboy confrontation. Number 2 was a Punk Roman Seth contract thing, and number 1 it could only be Cena and Cody.
Joe, go. This is my honorable mention top 5 this week. There's nothing on the show. Joe, go to WWE India. Okay, that thing. And the AI photos of Liv Morgan and Dom Mysterio is pretty funny because they're going to India.
Right.
Those are AI?
It has to be AI. Look at the way it's shot. That's AI. I guarantee that's AI.
I saw them on Dominic's Instagram though.
Yeah, that's not. I think this is AI. Bro, look at where they are. I mean, they're like that's like a I guarantee you that's AI.
Bro, they could be at the Epcot Center. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe. I just think that's AI. Like look at how it's shot. It's like all perfect.
Why don't you send it to Dom and ask him?
Listen.
Yeah, so
text him, Konnan, and ask him that.
Dude, Dominic posted them on Instagram.
But bro, but AI is really good right now. You can easily do this, you know. So interesting. All right.
I'm gonna say they're real, bro. I
think it's AI.
I mean, they were in Europe. They can just jump on a plane and get to India, take those photo shoots, and come back to the States, right?
All right. Okay. So here we go. By the way, for our previous conversation before we started the show, okay, that's the Patreon members. So I texted Rey Mysterio during that conversation. I said, your name is being brought up in a taco conversation of the podcast. What is your favorite Mexican taco place in Vegas? Take a wild guess what the answer is.
Gordo.
Tacos El Gordo. They started in Tijuana and been going there since I was 13 years old, he says.
Told you.
There it is. So everybody in Vegas,
real quick.
Tacos El Gordo is your go-to taco place from now on. If you want to wait in line, if you don't mind waiting in line. It's like sometimes it get very, very, very busy in there, yeah.
Because they're good.
There's a channel here, Disco, that said Liv and Dom were in India and did a live interview like an hour ago. So those could be real.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. So, they look AI, but that's because AI. I really can't tell. Yeah.
Oh, maybe they did go over there and do they did PR over there.
Yeah, they are. They're there.
Yeah. You were right.
Interesting. I thought it was AI.
AI is so good that it could have been AI. So let me tell you real quick.
You're right. Who wants that?
Sorry, there's the photo shoot, so it happened.
Oh, okay, it did happen.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so
dude, I was shocked. I was like, that was really AI. It looks so realistic.
Yeah, it does. So real quick, guys. So as of March 31st, these are the 5 top YouTube videos on WWE's official channel. 2,000,003 full segment. Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Huge drop after that. 764, Jimmy Uso slaps Gunther after hyping up Jay. Number 3, CM Punk Beverly eviscerates Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I thought it was Seth Rollins who eviscerated them. Number 4, Judgment Day attack during matches between Braun Breaker and Penta. Number 5, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca get into intense brawl. Now, I'm going to tell you the top 5, top 100 primetime telecasts. Number 1, NCAA men's basketball. Second,
I saw this. Yeah, it's
BYU.
all NCAA. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first
dominated
4.
The TV this week.
Yeah, the first 5 were all NCAA. Number 31 was Friday Night SmackDown. Number 91 was AEW Dynamite, and Raw ranked number 4 for the week globally on Netflix, and on English language Netflix, number 3. These are the most viewed YouTube on AEW. The first one's 126,000. Harwood battles Utah. Really?
Wow.
Number 2, Megan Bayne makes Tony Storm bow down. Number 3, tensions heat up between TNT champion Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole. Number 4, Billy Stark steps in last minute to take on Jamie Hayter.
What are the numbers on these though?
88,000 for Billy Starks. 92.
Wow, that's their top 5.
Right.
And
I've
been saying that.
Their last one, 69,000. Kevin Knight steps up to Switchblade Jay White.
Bro, this is so simplistic. It's like if you look at the viewership and social media viewership metrics, WWE is outperforming like 5-1 on the social media platforms.
Dude, the only guys that
really needs to start doing more with their social media. They have
the only guys that don't agree with you are the AEW sickos. That's it.
Understand.
Everybody else knows what's going on.
Dude, it's just simple. Okay, so I don't know what the numbers are going to be in this one.
It's not a hot product right now.
So 2.3 on YouTube was the number 1 last week with Cena and Cody, where Cena didn't say a word. That number is going to double this week with the Cena Cody. That's going to be about a 5 million, viewership. And I keep arguing this with Russo on our show because, when I do with him, I'm like, Vince, I go back in the day, and during the Attitude Era, if you didn't watch it on TV, there was no other platforms to watch it on. There was no YouTube, Facebook, stuff. Right. You can miss the show.
But he grew up with the TV. You know what I'm saying?
And all you could do is watch that Cena Cody thing that's going to get like 5-10 million views across all the platforms. Just watch that. That's the only thing you watch. And you come and say, wow, WWE looked pretty good this week. But you didn't watch the show, and it's like the show wasn't that.
And not only that, bro, he also has to understand we're in the highlight culture.
Right.
People don't want to sit. That's why a lot of people, they listen to us on YouTube because they don't got 2 hours. Some people are truckers and they like listening.
Our hardcore audience likes to take our thing, stick it in the thing, and listen to it regularly.
We appreciate that.
But we got a huge, we get a lot of traffic on YouTube and the other platforms.
Yeah.
For not a ton, but it's it's significant.
Right.
Obviously, go ahead, Harry.
It's been 72 hours since the Cody John Cena segment, 3.7 million views.
Wow, yeah, already
on YouTube. Yeah. And I'll say this, I'm not a WWE watcher, but I was on Twitter and then it came up, hey, John Cena is coming out to the ring. And I was like, oh, I got Netflix. I just went on Netflix and I watched the segment and I was like, that was entertaining. That was cool. Man, turn it off.
So after the past couple of weeks, because at noon, here in Vegas every day on a Monday afternoon, I can turn on the John Cena Cody interaction. They put it at the front of the show every week, and after I'm done, I go work out. It's
now it's more accessible, and it's the same way with Dynamite. Now I can have HBO Max, and I can watch it right as it's over easily on my phone or on my TV without needing a VPN or anything.
Right.
So,
but look at AEW social media accounts. The content is not that good. They have a lot of GIFs. Instead of just putting the 1.5-minute clip up there, they don't do it right, and they're not getting the viewership that they could. It's very generic, like the way they reported. Oh, this WWE does. There's like the way they post it with exclamation points and emojis and stuff. It's I don't know. It's they.
So let me give you real quick WWE's top 5 T-shirts. March, and you can only imagine the royalties, and this is just T-shirts. Number 1, John Cena Burgundy Farewell 2025 Brussels T-shirt. Number 2, John Cena Red Farewell Tour T-shirt. Number 3, Cody Rhodes I Won't Give Up T-shirt. Number 4, WrestleMania 41 themed apparel. And number 5, Rhea Ripley She's My Mommy T-shirt. Top 5 AEW shirts. Hangman Adam Page Unhappy Trails T-shirt.
Oh, but by the way, I was shocked at this.
Right.
Pull that shirt up, Joe. Pull that shirt up again. Have you seen this shirt? Harry?
Which one?
The Hangman shirt. This is how like I'm not in tune with the AEW fan base, right? I looked at that shirt. I was like, who's gonna wear that? That's what I said. It's literally the number one shirt. So pull it up, Joe.
The one on the
there,
left?
the middle down there. Second row middle. Pull it up, Joe. Bro, seriously, that's a number one selling T-shirt.
That's so generic.
I wouldn't wear that. That looks like a generic shirt that you buy at the South Point gift shop. Am I right, Harry?
Or 10, 15 bucks.
Right, yeah, that says like Las Vegas on it or something, right?
Am I digging too deep into it? Because it's a ringer tee with the collar and the whatever. Punk's most famous shirt is a ringer tee. Is this something to do with him and Punk, maybe?
What do you mean by that?
You're looking too much into it.
Because it's the same style as
Joe. You've got Punk derangement syndrome. Okay, you were just totally enamored with
everything is involved. Yeah.
Right.
No, but what's like I'm a diehard AEW fan. I went to the Collision show out here in Vegas a couple of weeks ago. I went to the merch stand and I was like, "There's no shirts for me to be like, I want this one." And I've gone to plenty of WWE shows in the past where you go to a show, you have every single T-shirt that they have made. You got them available for sale. AEW, you have a handful of shirts.
Right.
Like it's like, well, and they're not catching your eye where it's like, I need this shirt.
Just WWE has way cooler designs.
Not even that. They're getting an extra $3 million a week from the network for their rights fees. Dude, invest in marketing and digital programming. Like, it's like spend the money. It's like you got it, and that's going to help you. That's going to, like, it's so obvious. WWE is selling out their shows because they're maximizing their viewership amongst all platforms. Spend the money, maximize your viewership across all platforms, and your attendance will go up. It's like, I don't even know why it's so this is so difficult to understand with people. It's crazy.
They also have a 60-year head start.
That doesn't matter. They don't have a 60-year head start in digital.
So listen, let me just say something to Harry. Let me just say something to Harry.
iShowSpeed's been on the internet for 2 years, and the guy's like one of the number one streamers. Like, that nothing to do with head starts or things. This is content. Go ahead.
Here's another one, bro. Boxing been around for over 100 years. UFC just destroys them. Everything. Yeah.
Right.
So it can be done.
Right.
At the end of the day, I always say it. Just because you have money doesn't mean you know what you're doing. AEW's top 5 T-shirts: Unhappy Trails. Number 2, Hangman Adam Page, Cowboy Forever. 3, Tony Storm, unnamed design, likely timeless. Number 4, Will Ospreay, unnamed design. Number 5, MJF, unnamed design. Now,
I know you guys will pop for this. Did you see the Death Riders T-shirt?
No.
Oh yeah, yes. It's a plain white T-shirt, right?
It's a plain white T-shirt.
Oh, like Moxley wears.
It says Death Riders in the bottom, a tiny tag. I'm like,
well, wasn't in the top 5.
I wonder why.
Because people are going to buy it for $5 at the Fruit of the Loom at the freaking thing if they want to
go to the flea market and buy it for
Amazon.
$1 for like T-shirts. Like,
let me just bring this up because you had told me about this, and I think Joe sent it to me. So this guy Switchblade, is that Jay White or is that who, Joe?
It's a who.
Okay, so we don't know who this guy is, so we don't know how credible it is, right? So should I not even read it?
Rumors are fun.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Harry, how much more time?
I don't want to deal with rumors.
I'm good.
I want credible sources.
Yeah,
all right.
That's the one about the max numbers.
Oh, the SE scoops.
So I don't know about that because Tony just did a call, Tony Khan, and even he was like, we still don't get the numbers from Max. So how would this guy have them?
Okay, yeah, but then the thing is, too, let me tell you something. If they knew it and they were good, Tony Khan would be posting it on the internet.
Right,
period.
as he should.
So they don't know it. Okay, like nobody does. And the thing they said, like, they came up with like one of the things they said was they're one of our top streaming sports shows. It's like, yeah, it's you got football, basketball, or you got basketball, hockey, and wrestling, and your numbers on cable are better than most of the hockey games. Of course, you're gonna be like, yeah, they're gonna do good on like because it's only 2 things to compete against: basketball, hockey, and that. That's it, So. And
I'm pretty sure they're cheaper than hockey.
Yeah.
Right? When it comes to the rights that they get paid.
Well, it's
way cheaper.
But it's interesting. But that's the weird thing too, though, is that hockey gets the rights because you're not just the hockey fans are not going to watch these games on a habitual viewing basis. You're going to watch your team, right? So when they have top market teams, their viewership is going to be higher, but you're pulling from a massive audience of people for hockey that a portion are going to watch that week, depending on who's playing.
Plus, not only
wrestling is just a recurring same fans every week. So the advertisers are like, it's difficult to sell to wrestling because like these are the same people every single week. Like there's not a lot of like, that's why they need to get the numbers up.
Plus, not only that, Disco, they also know that their numbers are going to be great during playoffs. Right. And that's where they can charge more for advertising. And if it's a good series, people are going to, keep watching. So the playoffs is what really everything revolves around.
Right. So that's been our TV reviews for the week.
Enjoy the rest of the show. Boom.
Harry, what were you going to say?
I honestly was shocked with that report saying that pretty much the same amount of people that watch it on TV watch it on Max.
That's not completely not true.
That's what I mean.
That's hard to believe. No hating.
Let me tell you why. Okay. People initially changed, like the initial thing when WWE went on Netflix, you had to change your viewership habits because previously, Bill Maher brought this up on TV, like with football. On TV, you're flipping the channels. Now it's like on streaming, log out, go day. Like it's not a simple process. Go back and forth with viewership. Okay, so when it went on Netflix, people now is like, now I gotta, it's like it kind of like there was an adjustment period. Now they've settled back in where the 1.5 or so million people here in America are going back, and it took them about a month to develop the viewership habit again, right? Bro, there's no way that they would have the same viewership habits and they could still watch that show on USA and have the choice between USA and Netflix because you want to change the channels. So there's no way that the Max numbers, like people are stopping watching on TNT and going to Max. Like there's a whole new audience on Max. It's like you're viewing it. Most of the people I would bet live are watching that show on TNT. Taped, much easier to go on Max. That's what I do. I watch it taped. I watch it on Max. When I'm watching it at work, at 8:00, I'm watching on TNT. Because there's a basketball game on. I want to go back, back and forth. So it's like, I would suggest that's the viewership habit. And then basically, it's probably 10% of your audience is just doing that. That's based on the football numbers. When football had playoffs and streaming, like 10% of your audience is watching on streaming. Again, the rest of us watch on TV. So I would say probably they're drawing like maybe another 60,000 or so on HBO Max. Which is why they don't want to. They probably know that, but that number is not significant enough for them to compete. But it's still a 10% increase over what number you have right now, which is not bad, So yeah.
Well, this is what happens, bro. You can throw out a term like, "Oh, we're doing great numbers on Max and all that," till people start calling you out and go, "Where are the numbers?" And then you get that. What's that website called? Scoops or what is it?
SE Scoops.
SE Scoops. Like they brought up this thing that they talked to a guy at Warner Brothers and he said, "Oh, well, we really don't care about the ratings." And I'm like, I've never been to a network that worked with a network that didn't care about the ratings.
No, I can absolutely. Let me tell you why. I had this me and Vince talked about this.
Right.
I can absolutely see that because, dude, like they just gave them the money for 3 years. I don't think they're obsessing in month 3 of the deal over the numbers. Like they're like.
So what if the ratings go down?
Going down significantly, they would probably worry about it because then maybe you're advertising. You're having to change.
And it's not completely true statement.
You're having to change what you're having to charge for the ads. Right now, they're looking at it and go, we're not having to change anything to charge for the ads. We're getting our ad money. We're making the money back on our ad sales, and we're paying. That's the way they're looking at it. They're not obsessing like this weird wrestling audience is over the weekly number and like trying to extrapolate what that means. Dude, AEW, the only time the numbers are going to mean anything is when your attendance starts going up.
Bro, you were in the production meetings. You were in the production meetings over there when Spike used to come over, Scott Fisher. That, remember?
Yeah.
Were you there?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, what were they always talking about? Ratings.
Yeah.
So Sean Ross Sapp says that Tony Khan said in today's media call that the AEW Max numbers are kept close to the vest, but that everything he has heard from that SE Scoops report regarding Max viewership is consistent with what he's heard. What I would go with there is like, then if that's something that's consistent, then you got to be flaunting it,
what
man.
Would be the reason to keep? What would be the reason to keep those close to the vest? because they're not that good. I think.
Bro, because here's the thing: your attendance is still down. Like you can brag about the numbers all you want, but if they're not correlating to anything, it doesn't matter what the number is. It's just a number. You're getting paid $3 million a week. If the number, bro, you could draw 125,000 fans next week, the worst number ever in the history of the show. Your rights fees would have been the exact same that it was.
I understand that. I understand that. I understand that. But the thing.
So my point is that these dirt sheet guys, these podcasters, these fanboys, they're posting these numbers like W's and L's on a weekly basis on social media, and it's like, dude, who can't? Did your attendance go up? Did your viewership? Did your marketing go up? Did you sell?
At the end of the day, all these guys are promoting their products. You know what I'm saying? And so every promotion does that. They over-report attendance figures. Anything that they can spin into a win, they will. That's any company does that too. Anyways,
I've got more. WWE. I've read that what you guys said, that it's going to be a very low attended WrestleMania compared to last year, right? That they had 70,000 plus. But then at the end of the day, they're going to announce that they had a record-setting gate because the tickets are stupid expensive.
Which is like, bro, they're a publicly owned trading company, so they have a fiduciary responsibility to try to make the most for their things at the expense of making it difficult for people to come to spend the money on the shows. But it's like, but if your stock price is still doing well, and your shows
they're getting right fees from the city of not the city of Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. They're paying them to have the show in Las Vegas. They're getting ticket fees from people paying for the tickets. They're getting WrestleMania, WWE World. They're getting all these like pay $20K to have lunch with John Cena. All that stuff is making them money.
I might be on Fox, the local Fox news station here, promoting the WrestleMania for the fans coming in and for Sapphire. Like that's how big it's a bro. It's just
you guys have a billboard in front of the stadium.
Yeah. So we have so it's also, bro, they're going to be here. So the shows start on Friday. They're going Friday through Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because they're even doing NXT, and they're going to be there like literally, like probably the weekend before. Like after Monday Night Raw on Tuesday, they're all coming in town. So they're going to be here for like 7-8 days. It's like it's going to be like bro, and I'm sorry. It's just like I think there's been a gross miscalculation because I can just tell like maybe the WWE fans are different, but anytime AEW's come in town, none of these fans come to strip joints anymore. It's a different crowd. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably get some, but it's not going to be like I told us. It's like, dude, you gotta understand these wrestling fans are not, like especially in Vegas, they're not going to have this kind of money to spend.
They're not going to be here for like tournament crew.
Right. They're not going to be here for 5 days. They're spending a ton of money on hotels and merch at the shows and all the WWE merch.
And
I don't think the discretionary spending on the strip joints and then the clubs and everything, they're not going to have the money for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be a lot of people, So it's like, like a visual, like Vegas,
Hey, try to get 1% of that big audience and you might get some money, but
dude, the only people going to benefit from this are the WWE. They're making a fortune off this, all the fan.
Hey, ROH isn't running in town like they usually do when Romania is somewhere. They used to run their show like on a Saturday or Friday. They're not doing it this year.
Let me give you another update, another direct message update. So yesterday we were talking about the Logan Paul finisher, okay, and I had said that I was going to ask Shane Helms. If I guarantee he's the one that gave that to Logan Paul. So I texted Shane Helms and I said, did you give Logan that finisher to use? I predicted you did. And he said it was a move from Japan. I just taught him how to do it. So I was correct.
Wow,
yes,
were.
Shane Helms. It looked like a Shane Helms move, like something he would steal or go.
I was thinking him or Canyon. Yeah.
Well, Canyon's dead, Konnan. So he's not going to.
So he couldn't have invented it 20 years ago? What? It died with him?
He couldn't have given it the move.
Well, he could have seen it. He could have seen it on a tape.
You better sound like when I said
alive to give it.
When
I
said Hurricane gave him the move, you said, or maybe Canyon. Canyon's dead. He didn't give him. So whatever.
No, I meant that maybe he saw Canyon doing it. Like maybe he saw him in a match and he said, "Oh, that's a cool move. I'll use it."
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.